here is most, but not all, because I have another, I think, 4 lots, maybe 5, that I sold on eBay over the weekend. And I also sold 3 items on Amazon. Nothing super valuable on Amazon. But here's what I sold. I sold this CD, which was from that big CD lot. Wow. My brain's not working yet. That CD donation that I got of 10 boxes. Also, these 2 books. Not high dollar items, but they sold. So that's good. And then these individual items sold on eBay. I've got this, which is called a VCD, which is a video CD. Jackie Chan. Wow. I'm totally blanking. What is his name again? Yeah, Jackie Chan. Anyway, the actor, he's 70 now. Wow, I didn't know that. I just looked him up. This sold for $9.74 plus shipping. These are video CDs. They're basically DVDs, but it's just a different format. So you can sell these. A lot of Asian language movies will come. You'll come across these if you get into bulk media. So that sold. This one sold, which was from Gaylord. What is it? It's like a Romanian folk music. It sold for $14 plus shipping. I sold Ray Bradbury Tomorrow Midnight book for $18 plus shipping. This is pretty cool cover there. I don't know what year it's from, but it's a vintage paperback, and it's got all kinds of drawings and whatnot. I sold the sealed Kennedy DVD. Oh shoot, I don't know. I think I sold it for $14.99. This came from those DVD lots that I bought before the summer. Actually, this one was around that time. This one only sold for $10, so it's a book called Methods of Vegetation Study. I took an offer. It had been sitting for a little while, and I think that was a donation as well, donation pickup. This one, The Cryptography of Dante. Sounds very cryptic. And this book sold, I took an offer. I had it listed for $49.99, took an offer of $35. It hadn't been listed super long, like a matter of months, but I'm fine to do it. This came from my store here. It was on the shelf, another book that was just sitting on the shelf that makes more sense to sell on eBay. And then you may have already noticed, I sold the Skylanders Trap Team PS4 video game, which, if you watch my video less than a week ago, I talked about how I went down to the thrift store and it was crazy packed with people. There weren't actually that many DVDs, that they weren't fully stocked, but this was sitting amongst the Blu-rays, and it had a price tag of $3.99, but it was 50% off, so it was only $2 for this this video game, which turned out to be valuable. Now, it doesn't have a barcode, which means you're going to have to you're either going to take a picture of it and use Google Lens or eBay, the eBay function, to search it, or you can just say PS4 Skylanders Trap Team, game, and it'll pop up as well. And I immediately saw that it was going for good money. So I had this listed, and again, even if you just had the disc, you could still get good money for it. But considering that I have the disc, the artwork, and the case, I can get on the higher end. So I had it listed for $69.99, and today is Monday, by the way, November 25th, 2024. So I had it listed for $69.99, picked it up for $2, got an offer. Funny enough, I got 2 offers at the same time. One was for $50 and one was for $60. So of course I took the $60 offer. And I sold it for $60. I didn't want to nitpick and say, oh no, I'd rather have 65. It's $2 into 60. Really quick flip, less than a week. It sold yesterday, Sunday. So I'm super happy with it. So this is one to definitely put on your BOLO list. Not that you're going to come across it constantly, but if you are only doing media, or if, let's say you're dabbling in video games, this is one to look out for. For some reason, this one's valuable. So I'll know going forward that if I come across it, it's definitely worth reselling on eBay. It's also a lesson in keeping your eyes open. You could say thinking positive, because when I first walked in, or when I first saw in the thrift store that the DVD racks they have, I think, like 6 of them, maybe 5 to 6, and they're usually packed, at least the last time that I was there and the many times that I was going. And every week they would put out new stuff, a lot of new stuff. It could have been easy to be like, oh, there's nothing there, and just left. But don't be that reseller. Walk over there and take a look and see what's there. Because also there were a ton of people, and I wasn't there right when they opened. They opened at 9, but I was there like 10:30. So the people, the media resellers, any media resellers that showed up early bird catches the worm. I used to show up at 9 when they opened, or like between 9:10, and I would get in there and I'd be one of the first people to look at any new media that they had put out. I especially would go right to the DVD section and Blu-rays, and I would usually find stuff. Often I would find a good amount of sealed stuff too. But if you had thought, oh no, there's not much there, and I'm late, blah de blah, don't make excuses. Then you probably wouldn't have found this. Don't make excuses. If you're there already, commit to it. Go in, be thorough. There's not even that many to look through. Be thorough, and you stumble across stuff. I mean, I always like to look at the Blu-rays for my store, and also, of course, I know there's valuable Blu-rays to sell online. So I go right for the Blu-rays, and I'm going through them, a stack of like 7 or 8, and this one's in there. Oh, look, they forgot. So of course I looked it up, because I know video games can be valuable, and also I sell video games in my store. So even if this one was like, let's say, a $10 or $15 video game on eBay, and I could get it for $2, I still would have picked it up to put it in my store for $2 and sell it for, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 or more. That's fine to me, because I'll make a little tiny profit, but I'll also just have a more diverse video game inventory. So even if you only sell on Amazon or eBay, only online, be the reseller that walks in and says, oh, look, darn it, they don't have that many on the shelf, but I'm already here. I'm committed to this, so I'm going to go through everything on the shelf thoroughly. Just because you go through thoroughly doesn't mean it's going to take you forever. Unless you're new and you're still figuring it out, but you'll be able to go through and see the titles. You'll see Forrest Gump. You'll see, all kinds of, all kinds of titles that are very common, that aren't worth money. And you'll see some that'll stand out. Oh, that looks interesting. That looks different. That looks unique. Pull those off. And by the time you get through everything, you're probably going to have, I don't know, it depends on how many DVDs you went through, but let's say you'll have 10 or 20 that you pulled out, and then you can look those up individually, and you'll probably put most of them back, especially if you're selling online. But you never know. You come across something like this, or something even that you could sell for $40 or $30. That's only, you only have to pay $1 or $2 for, maybe $3 at most. So just don't assume that other resellers have come there before you. Don't think negatively. Go in. If you don't find anything, you don't find anything, right? You also have to be smart. You have to know, is this a good location? Do they replenish pretty often? And that takes time to figure that out as well. All right, guys. So be on the lookout for this one. Hope you had some good sales over the weekend. I'll see you next video. Take care.